Congratulations, YouTube. This is like I passed the 100 mark on making movies with you, and I do appreciate the opportunity that you have given people. Even though I know you're making a lot of money off us, but it's okay. But anyway, we're going to jump into this really quick. I want to give a shout out to Red Hook Projects in Brooklyn, New York. All right, keep it going. Love one another. Learn, read, and study. Get into the Bible, but don't give up all your money. Learn about what it's saying. Get into yourself with it. Get into your family. Try to observe some of the Sabbath. Go slow. It's the I Slow series. It's okay today. And learn your Constitution. Learn your federal rules. That's the top. Then go to the state. Then go to the city ordinances. What you don't like, you have the opportunity to change and revise it. This is what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Take your time, do it right. And before any further ado, I'm going to give a shout out to just the Oslo series. Well, I'm not going to be rushed about it. I'm going to have a little time with it up there by the Bronx, because if it wasn't for the Bronx, I wouldn't be able to see the oppression that we're into. That was my second birth up in there. I'm going to give a shout out to Octavian. I'll tell you Oslo. So, well, we're going to start this right here. It's time to teach and review what they have already learned. And we're talking about you. It's time to if you're going to school for whatever, teach your children what you know. So even if it gets outdated or upgraded or revised, at least they have the foundation. They don't have to go through it all. There's no sense in you going to school, spending $70,000, $120,000, and then you keeping that knowledge to yourself. You should have books on what you're doing. You should have tapes, CDs, so you can always go over and review that. You see, you should be able to read that whole book, not just what the teacher is allowing you to read so you can pass that class. You know, you have to take this life seriously, you know. Anyway, your home is your first line of defense. So when you leave home on a scholarship, okay, scholar and ship, okay, school and ship, right, school and ship. So they're shipping you out to another area where basically they controlling your life, they control your economy, your money, where you're sleeping at. You see what I'm saying? You're in another camp. So you have to reach deep down and be rooted in what you have learned by your mother, who can only love you the most because she carried you. Okay? So never forget that. And you daughters, right, what they call you daughters, actually you are the door to the heaven. Okay? Heaven is not the space. Heaven is heaven at the end. When you die, you leave things here. So you're the door for that. See? But you can be a daughter or you can be a doubter. It's very close. So you need to listen to what I'm saying, because this is the slow series. It don't get no slower than this. Okay? So you feel that I'm yelling at you, that's on you. But I'm not. I'm putting it in you so you'll know. Because I don't like nobody yelling at me. That's why these preachers trying to get emotional and all that. We're going to get on that another day. But that's only foolishness. But check it. After you go to their schools that abide by law, we must give, after the kids go to school, we must give them what they need to review and to excel. So when they go back to school, they already know what the teacher's talking about. They're watching that teacher. Don't let them tell you what this series, your child is not supposed to read this book because they're not on that level. Stop letting them stop letting people control your intellect, because you can excel as fast as you want to excel. So you give your children what they need. And right now, we are in demand. We have a void. You see, because what they're doing in school, actually, they're actually deprogramming you. They're programming you to self-destruct. This is why they can spend billions of dollars on education. And the end result of their product, of their schooling or their teaching methods, is only bringing people into jails, people giving up their family, and they're going into the army, which means my arm. Navy means my naval or my water. The Air Force is the air. See all these forces in the air, that they control the air, the land, the water. Okay, let's get a foundation and truth around those who brought you into this world, which is your mother. And the mother is your grandmother. Okay, they didn't know, they was tricked, they was fooled, but let's teach them. Let's do what we need to do so we can have an up and running, working family structure. And the Sabbath is not running to the church. You all got it all confused. That is the preparation of the Sabbath, was the gathering of the people, which is actually on Friday, which is called Juma. Now they can get that. But the Sabbath still exists, because the Sabbath is the preparation and the stabilization of your existence and your family. This is why the women lights the candles. It's 3 candles. One for before, one for now, and one for the future. The past, the present, which is now, and the future. And actually, it's all now. So we have to, this is the slow series. It don't get no slower than this. It don't get no slower than this. Okay? And yes, we do have an attitude. And but I'm gonna still continue what I needed to do. Okay, we must give them a special time to learn of self and their supreme knowledge. Okay, after they go to school and learn about what European had to do and Columbus did this and that, then we got to teach them the truth. We got to let them, what did they teach you? Well, then you show them what they didn't teach you, you know, and then you give them a foundation of, so they can be firm and they won't be just go by the wayside. So when they do get the scholarships and they continue on their journey, right, to build, because as they building, they're actually destroying. You can either build or destroy. And as you're doing one, you're doing the other automatically. Okay? So they must, okay, the supreme knowledge will correct anything wrong that was put in their minds. There's too much playing of sports in idle time in your children's learning years. Idle time that gets children in trouble, that will lead them into the path that this society is proud of. Like any type of wrong that society says is a double wrong in our standards. And I'm going to tell you why. Because we do have rules, and they're strict, and they took them out of, that's why they don't want to go into what they see, the Old Testament. But now there's something that's old and there's something that's new. But from Genesis to Revelations, it's supposed to be one set of time. But now they say that was back in the days, a long time ago. No, it wasn't back in the days. It was just that y'all don't want to deal with it because y'all implemented another system called a capitalistic system. And this is what y'all trying to capitalize. You know, it's actually called a caste system. We have your capital letters and your lowercase letters. The lowercase is the lower or the poor people, and the capital is capital, which is the rich. And as those from the lowercase are needed to control the masses of the lowercase, they become stars. Stars is actually illumination or a glitter, bling bling, to guide people. And unfortunately, they're guiding people in the wrong direction. So, I tell you, this is just slow. This is just slow, but you can't get no slower than this. I'm like, you know. But anyway, we got one more time, and next time we got a little something. I got a little extra special something for y'all. But I want to give a shout out to Red Hook Projects. I want to give a shout out to Webster Projects, all of Brooklyn, all of New York. I want to give a shout out to all the women that's learning what they need to do, all the brothers that's being the protectors and stopping anything that's slow and that's going to blunt your mind out or make you drunk, or, you know, just back it up. Try to do the right thing. Make it happen for yourself. Anyway, it's I-9 Gabriel 19, Skate Master Spark, and all my family roller skaters, I hope to see you soon. I want to see slow at that. This is the slowest I ever did. Yeah.